Testing, testing. Wow, we're here. We're here.
Hola.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 2 of Sherapy. I'm here with the man, the myth, the legend, Shahrooz Vaziri Lenjani, my uncle. Please give a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Now turn the beat up a little bit. Thank you. Thank you for that. All right.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
Thank you. Thanks for the introduction, but I gotta say, just
Weak. Weak introduction?
No. I was gonna say, for the record, I mean, you could have found so many more people that are just infinitely more interesting than me. But thank you for having me as part 2. It's an honor.
Oh my God, are you?
It's an honor,
dude. Do you guys hear this guy? He's just being modest. He's being modest.
No, I'm being serious. So many more interesting people than me. But
dude, you are the most interesting. As a matter of fact, you know how long I can talk to you, man.
Gracias.
Everyone hearing each other fine?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. Well, Uncle, thank you for being here. Thank you for being. It's my honor. It's my privilege to have you, my
good
uncle,
to be with you,
as my guest. Thank you. So, let's get right into it, Uncle, because I have so many things to ask you. Because I'm an adult now, and you can't terrorize me like you used to when I was a young kid.
Damn, you still remember those days, huh?
Oh, yeah. Don't worry. The world's going to find out about who you really are.
I thought I beat it out of you, but okay, if you remember.
No, I remember every last bit of it, Uncle.
Vindictive.
Now you're on the hot seat. You're on the hot seat now. So
all right.
I got
Retribution,
you right where
I like it. Let's go.
Of course. I'm all about getting vengeance. Dude, let's start off with something very simple, because I want the world to know who you are. Where are you from, Doi? Where'd you grow up?
So, born in Iran, but grew up in West Los Angeles, like the vast majority of Iranian Americans.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. How old were you when you moved?
We moved from Iran to U.S. when I was 4. Moved to Texas, stayed in Texas for 6 months in San Antonio. And then from there, moved to Los Angeles. I remember the drive, actually.
You drove from Texas to L.A.?
Yeah. We are with your mom, my brother, my mom and dad. Honda Accord.
Oh.
With a U-Haul attached to it.
U-Haul attached to the Accord.
12-hour drive from San Antonio, taking the 10 freeway all the way to Los Angeles.
Holy must have been hell, huh?
It was fun.
For a 4-year-old, it must have been very fun.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. It was. I have some funny memories on that, but I'll talk about that later.
Sure. No, so wait. Okay, you're 4 years old, because I want everyone to know this is obviously my mother's brother on my mom's side. This is my uncle. In Iran, we have a different term for your mother's side.
Paternal, yeah.
Yeah. On my mother's side, we call the uncle Dai. So this is my Dai. And then on my father's side, which I don't have an uncle on my father's side, that's Amu. So in Iran, this guy, what he's known as, what I grew up calling him, is Dui. And it's not even pronounced Dewey. It's pronounced Dai. But me being like a kid born in America, growing up with this guy, it was always Dewey. That's what I knew him as. Like Stewie, but Dewey instead. Yeah. One thing, Uncle, so I don't think you've noticed this, but you do realize that you're like breathing heavily into the mic, right?
Yeah, I guess I breathe loud.
Yeah, stop. Okay? Like, fuck. Stop, dude.
I watched this, I think it was like a mini YouTube clip.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this couple being interviewed by somebody else, and the guy, I thought the guy was quiet, and then he was just sitting like this right next to his wife, and his wife is like, honey, can you stop breathing like that? And the guy was exactly like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. That's like couples therapy thing.
Yeah. Like, oh my God. I'll stop breathing.
Please, just no more breathing, okay?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Jamie, can you pull up this video that he's talking about? Imagine.
Soon.
Very soon.
It's happening.
Soon we're gonna have our own Jamie.
I see that. Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. Okay. So you moved.
Different locations.
Yeah, hopefully. Maybe not the living room of my apartment. You go from Texas to California, and you grew up basically. So you're basically from America then. I mean, you moved when you were very, very, very young. That's why, your English is much better than your siblings. You graduated as well from America, Collan, like high school, middle school, university.
Yeah, grammar school, all of it, yeah.
Whole way. Okay, I got you. Being the youngest sibling, first of all, tell us what were the age gaps between you, your sister, and your brother?
With your mom, almost 12 years. With my brother, 16 years.
So your parents had a kid when Doishatam was already 16, 17 years old. That's a huge gap. What are the advantages, the disadvantages of being the youngest sibling, and especially by such a wide margin? It's not like it's just 1, 2, 3 years. It's 12 years. What was it like?
Man, that's a deep question. Advantages and disadvantages?
Yeah, of being the youngest. Because I'm sure there was some of each.
Well, like everything else in life, right? There's advantages and disadvantages. I don't know. I guess the disadvantage was that my parents were a lot older. So I was not we could not relate. My siblings could relate a lot more with my parents than I could. And then, granted that I was raised here, and my parents are very traditional.
True.
So there was a big disconnect between me and my parents versus your mom and my parents.
Did you have a lot of fun as a youngster? Were you like a troublemaker?
No, it wasn't. Well, it depends on which.
It depends on who you ask.
It depends who you ask and, what stage of my life. But for the most part, it was fun. I mean, like every kid, we had some bad times and we had some good times.
The reason I ask is because nowadays, especially when you go online on TikTok, Instagram, whatever, you see that people say that the youngest sibling always has the most advantages because their parents, they experienced everything with the first kid or with the first two kids in this case, and like trial and error, so that like eventually when it got to you, they're the nicest. They know what to do. They know how to act. And being that you were the baby compared to everyone, I would assume that, you get what you want. But was that not the case?
No.
It was not the case.
I mean, that's part of the story.
Right.
That's not the whole story. That's part of the story, yeah. Maybe they didn't do the things they did with the way they raised my brother or your mom. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I mean, I guess because they were also working, both of them were working. So other than the fact that we could not relate because of the age difference, right? Like my dad was 45, my mom was 35.
Right.
The fact that I was speaking English in school and at home, they were very traditional Iranian family. They were religious.
I'm sorry, you said they're 35 when you were born?
My mom was 35.
And then
Dad was 45.
Oh.
Yeah, 10 year between my mom and dad, yeah.
I didn't know that actually. They have a 10-year difference.
So well, that's the way it was back in the days. So
right, it's nothing like uncommon.
No,
yeah,
not
that's
at all.
True.
Not at all.
That's true.
So
Makes sense.
They were both working.
Mm-hmm.
So they were not as focused on me as they were on my brother and my sister. Yeah, I guess we all had our own challenges and.
Of course,
upbringings that had positives. Like they had a lot more like cousins to be around at their age group. More memories. Like I never went on vacations with my family.
Why?
They went because my parents were always working. We never went on a vacation together, all of us together. But with your mom and my brother, they did. They went everywhere together.
Was Nama working in Iran too?
No, she was a housewife
in Iran.
Yeah,
but when she came here is when they opened
full-time working.
The bakery.
Yeah, she had her own business and
Babajun that's what he did too, right? They
they were both running their business and it took a lot out of them.
Yeah, mentally, physically.
I mean, it was a very lucrative business. It was a great business. They were successful, but they were working 7 days a week.
Yeah. It's because it's theirs.
And it's a pastry store, so, it was very difficult.
Yeah.
Pastry, bakery, cakes, my God, man, you gotta really love it. You gotta love it.
You have to have a dying passion for that, for cooking, in order to do that.
Yeah.
My mom told me that she used to work in the front sometimes, worked there a lot.
Yeah, as the cashier. Right? Yeah. We all did. Yeah.
Everyone. Yeah. I've heard a lot of funny stories actually about that. So, yeah. It was on Westwood Boulevard. For those that don't know, my grandparents owned one of the most famous bakeries, pastry shops in Westwood Boulevard, which was it's a prolific, obviously, Westwood it's known for being like Persians on there all the time, Persian businesses.
Prime real estate on the corner of Veteran and Westwood. Real estate.
If you wanted to lease that out now, how much like ballpark do you think it's, because real estate as well?
Well, I don't know commercial real estate in Los Angeles. That I don't know about.
Right. True.
But I'm sure it's very expensive because of where it is. Yeah.
It's like right on the main street too.
I don't know if it's still a Coffee Bean there. Was it a Coffee Bean?
It was a Coffee Bean. Yes.
Yeah.
Tea Leaf Coffee Bean.
Adjacent to the Coffee Bean, right past the parking lot. But before Coffee Bean, it was called All American Burger.
I didn't know there was something before that.
Yeah, actually. It was All American Burger, and my dad, I think, had the opportunity to buy that, and he didn't, and he regretted it all the time.
Oh my! But he bought the one right next to it. You saying that he could have bought that too?
Yeah. This is actually after they had this business. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the owner put it for sale, but then Coffee Bean came and I guess bought it
up quick.
Yeah.
And that Coffee Bean to this day, it's still standing there.
I don't know. Is it still standing there? Okay.
I went there I think a year ago with my friends to the supermarket, and it was still there. Wow. Yadish Becher. I miss Josephine now. So, Uncle, you have a very interesting background, because you didn't take you went to school and everything, you did university and all that, but you didn't go like the traditional Persian route that most parents want their kids to do, like engineering or doctor or lawyer. You went and you majored in something that you were passionate about, which is political science and history.
Yeah.
What made you how did you get into, because if you talk to kids nowadays, they're not going to want to do that kind of thing, just simply because they say maybe they're just not interested in it, or they don't want to become a politician or something. What was it that you found so interesting about political science, about history, that made you want to major in that?
It's just something I always found appealing, something I understood, something that would excite me. It was stimulating for me. It was just something that interested me, and I was just drawn to it naturally.
Was there like one specific thing that like really did it for you? Like one specific piece of history? Like yesterday, a couple of days ago, we were talking about Napoleon, and the way that you were describing Napoleon to me, it's like you know more about this guy's life than anyone else, if I would have asked anyone else.
Well, I'm sure if you asked historians, they would give you a better account of him. Yeah, but it was Napoleon, and then we talked about Nader Shah.
Yeah. There we go. Nader Shah.
Because he was a little bit before Napoleon.
Mm-hmm.
And I said that, I think I told you this, that people say that Nader Shah is the Napoleon of Iran, but that's inaccurate. It's Napoleon that's the Nader Shah of Europe. Yeah.
And you told me that your history teachers, even they knew that too.
Yeah,
even they agree with you. But because everything is so westernized.
Yeah, Eurocentric, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Doesn't that ever suck for you? Like people don't really know. Do you ever want to like share that with the world and let them know like, hey, this is cool and all. Yeah. But let me tell you a little bit about Nader Shah.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about what I really know and who was really the boss of that time.
Yeah, like the military campaigns, in terms of strategy, in terms of coming from a dirt poor family, and then, you know, Iran was broken into different war. There was a lot of warlords in Iran at that time.
Mm-hmm.
This was after the collapse of the Safavid dynasty.
So like 1700s.
1700s, yeah, exactly.
Right.
And this guy came from absolutely, you know, literally, he came from the bottom, all the way on the bottom.
Agha Nader.
And he was able to unite the different clans, and he was able to fight off the foreign invaders. He kicked out the Afghans from Iran. He went all the way, conquered all the way to New Delhi, India.
Jesus.
That's how much land he captured. And it's all because of his military strategy, because of his military campaigns. But yeah, nobody really knows about him.
That sucks that we have such a rich history, but people know us as just one thing.
But
Doesn't that ever bother you? Like the fact that we have all this amazing history. We have these fantastic public figures that used to rule the goddamn world, and now it's just like, this is what we're known as?
yeah, I wish Hollywood would, you know, do a better job in creating some sort of a storyline. But I guess it's because we don't have Iranians in the film industry as directors, as producers,
Yeah.
you know, because we, like you mentioned before, everyone went in the traditional route of engineer and doctor, lawyer.
Exactly.
No one went into the arts.
Yeah. And we have good artists.
Yeah, and we have fantastic actors and actresses
And filmmakers.
and even filmmakers. Absolutely.
We won the freaking Golden Globe a few years ago, man.
Yeah.
A Persian movie. Can you picture that? Winning a Golden Globe?
Totally, absolutely, because the storytelling is amazing.
It's also depressing. It's like a drama that you would watch though, just to learn and just to. It's an exciting drama, بالاخره. It's
Very meaningful.
very meaningful.
Yeah, very
Of course.
meaningful. Has it connects with a lot of people. Then, like there was one that came out, I think a year ago, and I'm telling you, this was a super low budget movie, literally, but low budget in the terms of the graphics or the background, or, you know, there's not, but very good actors, very, very, very good actors.
What's the name of the movie?
Barodaran Leila, I think. Yeah, Barodaran Leila. I think that's it.
Brothers of Layla.
Yeah.
Okay.
Phenomenal movie. Oh my God, phenomenal. The story is beautiful.
I'll check
Beautiful,
it out.
yeah.
Anyone that I would know in there, like a
The actors are very famous.
They're
very famous, but it's just, you can tell the movie is great because of the story and the acting. It's just like the background, the setting is in this guy's house, in a working class family's house in Iran, Tehran,
right.
and that's basically it. But the
it's
story is so
the
attractive.
dialogue.
And
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I love movies like that are low budget, and it's the acting, it's the dialogue that makes the movie. It's not all the cinematography. And don't get me wrong, I love cinematography,
it resonates. It resonates with you because you can relate to it.
Exactly. Now I'm excited to watch this movie.
Yeah, please do.
Brothers of Layla, I will watch. But also, I just want to let the world know that there's another movie that they need to watch, which is, they probably know it already, A Separation. That movie, still to this day, gives me goosebumps. I see scenes of that on like Instagram, like movie pages that post like famous movies.
So he plays in it, by the way. That
Same
main actor,
guy?
he's one of the actors. Yeah.
Oh.
In Barodaran Leila. Yep.
I'm definitely gonna watch that now.
Yeah.
He's the best.
So that movie, The Separation, right?
Right.
So that one also is just a story and the acting, right? There's no cinematography in there.
None. It's literally
Graphics.
just
No, none of that. It's
Yeah.
just a storyline that was just so appealing.
You make a good point, actually. So imagine if they had more to work with, these filmmakers.
Yeah.
Imagine if they had like all this Hollywood spending and stuff. Like, they could really make something crazy, probably.
I wish that Iranian Americans would go and explore different type of ventures and careers, and because if you want to have an influence in American society, you got to venture out into different things.
I agree.
Don't get me wrong. Like being a lawyer, being a surgeon, a doctor, that's
noble. That's great. That's very noble.
Profitable, noble, very prestigious. But in America, you got to get your hands in different fields.
Absolutely. No, I agree with you on that. I agree with you. Wow, that's a perfect transition that leads me to my next question. So then, Doi, why didn't you pursue your history, your political science route?
Oh, I made a mistake. I should have done that. I take responsibility for it.
Do you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But at the same time, your family too, they look down on you, they discourage you, there was a lot of it was like a taboo. It was like, what are you doing? You're not going to make any money out of this, like all that stuff.
But you can. I want people to know that if you study history,
listen, if you study history, and you can find a partner who's in graphic design, and you can make, really cool YouTube videos, and you can monetize it. You can monetize that. I mean, a lot of people are doing it. And they're making money. And I could see the subscription, like how many subscribers they have.
Off of like history topics.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
There is a market out there.
For that. For sure.
People are interested, People are interested because history does tend to repeat itself. So many of the times that I've talked to you or my mom, when she sees what's going on today, she'll compare it to what used to happen back in the day. And it's all a cycle.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I feel like people study history sometimes. It's because they realize like it all comes back eventually at one point. Even if it doesn't, it's still interesting.
Yeah, there's a saying that past is prologue.
Past is prologue?
Yeah.
What is prologue?
Like something that's about to happen again in the future. Past is prologue, yeah.
Just learned something new. Okay. Past is prologue. Interesting. So I'm going to assume it was your father and your mother that they kind of like wanted you to go.
Father.
Mainly your father.
Yeah.
What did he want you to do instead?
Become a heart surgeon. Yeah.
Oh,
because in their mind, like being a surgeon was like, oh my God,
the shit.
That's royalty right there.
Yeah. And I get it, like I see it, but at the same time, like just knowing you, I don't think you would want to, like, was there ever any time in your mind that you thought like maybe you would pursue that route, like the medical route, or did you always know like that's just not me?
And maybe deep down inside I knew that was not me. Good.
Yeah, no. I can't justify that.
But they indoctrinate you. Yeah, you can do it. Yeah, we can see it. I saw you watch that what do you call it? TLC. There was this channel called the Learning Channel. Like I would watch a surgery, and he's like, I saw you watch that surgery. You love it. I can see. You're going to be a surgeon. I could see how delicate your hands are.
Yeah. They will grab any little bit of hope and they will cling on to it forever. Even my dad for a while, like he saw Castro like play video games on his computer, right? Like just like a normal kid plays video. He's like, Castro, you can be computer scientist, software engineer. And my brother's like, dude, I just play video games on this thing. No, he's good with computers. Yeah, he's a big computer guy. But he just plays Minecraft when he wants. That's it. So, yeah, that makes sense, actually. Now I feel for Bobajun. Poor guy. You should have just became a surgeon, man.
I should have, man.
Just do it.
I should have.
God damn it, like.
There's a button I can go in the past. I would definitely not become a heart surgeon, but a brain surgeon.
Oh, that's where the real... I have a friend that's studying to become a brain surgeon.
Good for him. That is excruciating.
We don't talk to him anymore. We have no communication with that guy because he's so stressed out. No, but he's in Canada.
It's a very, 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 oh my God, extremely difficult to become a brain surgeon. The amount of studying, oh my God.
It's a lonely path too. A lot of lonely nights.
Yes.
Just you in the books.
You in the books, you got to be in love.
Yeah.
You got to be in love with that field.
You have to. My other friend, who I'm not going to name, but wanted to be a nurse, and then eventually he realized like he's not like that helping type of person. Like he's not. If you want to go in that medical route, fact is you have to be like, I want to help people.
Yeah.
Or at least I feel like that's what you should be when you want to go down the medical route. So he switched to business instead because he just wanted to get rich. So, so your father was the one. He said no, like, you know, whatever. Like, I don't want you to study history. I was gonna ask the next question, but I have another question now that just came up in mind.
Yeah.
Do you ever think like? And I think we talked about this earlier too, like a couple days ago. But do you ever think what would have happened if you would have went that route and you would have like you could have been like a history professor, for example, right? And you're good with people, so you could have been great with students as well. Do you ever picture your life as that person?
Not as a professor. No. I wouldn't want to be a professor.
Then what?
I unfortunately did not grasp the value, the opportunity that YouTube brought. If I had known, and if I had really you need to have a business sense. Like, oh my God, like this is something revolutionary. You know, you could monetize what you love. You can share what you love, express it to people, share it with people, demonstrate value to people by saying like, this is what I've learned. And I'm sure people would find it attractive.
Yeah.
You know, and you would get followers. I did not see that. You know, in 2006, I think it was, I saw YouTube for the first time. And I was like, oh, these like video clips, really cool. But the people who saw the value in it, they saw that opportunity.
They started making videos.
As they started making videos, it evolved. And now like all these people have channels, like very successful, established channels. And a lot of them are those historians as well.
A lot of them have been around for a long time too.
Yeah.
Like from YouTube.
And that's how businesses start, right?
Yeah.
Until you get established.
Damn.
You take like a heuristic approach, trial and error, you learn.
Think of all these people that made a killing off this shit just because they recognize that this thing is going to explode.
Yeah.
And they just started making videos and stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good for them. Good for them.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay because you instead...
I went into a completely different field. Completely different field.
What do you call your field exactly? Like, because I was going to say hospitality, but I don't know. Is that the right term for it? What would you call it?
I would say finance in hospitality.
Finance in hospitality.
Yeah, I got my master's in business hospitality degree, right? So it's more like finance. So I work in the finance world for hospitality. Okay. Yeah.
So, okay. Let's rewind a little bit.
Change gears here a little bit.
Yeah, let's change our gears a little bit. So you finish school, and then you finish university and all that. You go back to Iran. Correct me if I'm wrong. You go back to Iran, and you go back to Esfahan with mom and dad.
Yeah.
And then you start working at your father's hotel, which we talked about in the last episode with my mom. You went to work at Babajun's hotel as the manager. And I remember coming into that hotel and seeing you run shit, seeing you organize things, telling people where to go, who to talk to, whatever. You were running that place essentially when he was not there, because obviously he's like the big owner, whatever, but you're like second in command.
Well, I wouldn't put it that way. No. I was in second command. So hold on, let me.
You know what? Maybe I'm talking too much. Yeah, go ahead. You tell me.
No. It wasn't like that. So first of all, I ended up going to Iran because it was a very turbulent time in my life. Very turbulent, right? I was, you know the word disoriented?
Of course.
I was truly someone who was disoriented at that time.
How old were you?
It's like 28, 29, 28.
And right now, how old are you?
40.
So this was 12 years ago. We're talking about 13 years ago. So you go back, you were disoriented.
Yeah, it was just a very difficult, turbulent time in my life. I was not in the right state of mind. So everybody had gone to Iran. Remember, they packed and they left.
Right. Your parents had moved back to Iran.
Yeah, they had moved back. Madam,
Shop was closed.
Everything was closed. Yeah, there's a lot of story. I don't want to get into it, but anyway.
Yeah.
Go back to Iran just to spend a little bit of time with my parents. My dad's like, "Hey, we have this hotel. Me and your uncle. It's in really terrible shape. You worked in hotels. Why don't you come and help out? You bring a Western perspective." And I'm like, I don't know what the hell about anything about hotels or anything about living in Iran. I don't want to live here. So he's like,
why did he say you worked in hotels? You had already worked in hotels before this?
Yeah. When I was in undergrad, when I was studying history.
You worked in a hotel?
Yeah, in Anaheim. Because I went to UC Irvine. So
which hotel?
Crown Plaza and Peacock Suites.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
I never knew that. So you already had some experience and then coming into it.
Yeah, a little bit of experience.
I'm so sorry. Continue.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he's like, yeah, you worked there and all that. And I was like, you know what? It's a cool experience. And this is a time in Iran. So we're talking about 2012.
Okay.
So for your viewers, 2012 in Iran was an important time because this was the time where Iran started negotiating with the U.S. about the nuclear program. So there was a lot of hope. There was light at the end of the tunnel. There was a sense of like, oh my God, there's going to be some sort of normalization between the U.S. relationship between Iran and the U.S.
Like finally.
Finally, yeah.
Right.
Rouhani had just been elected. There was a lot of promises, blah, blah, blah. Obama was in his second term. And yeah, there was very good signals from both countries that there's going to be dialogue. The narrative had changed in media. They met. They were negotiating. And so I was like, all right, you know what? Maybe there's a possibility that Iran is going to change too. It's going to open up.
Advance.
Advance.
Yeah.
So it was that time. So my dad's like, listen, it's actually not a bad time. We're in the tourism industry. This is the hotel, but the hotel is run down.
Right.
It's run down. Long story short, my uncle was running it when they were living here. He didn't take the best care of it.
Sure.
And it went from being a hotel to like a really bad, like a slum motel.
Jeez. How many rooms?
30 rooms. It was a small boutique hotel.
Got you. 30 rooms.
30 rooms. But the location was...
grand location. The best location.
Yeah, it was right next to a very famous historical monument in the city of Esfahan, Siyasepor.
Yes, of course.
And the street that it was on is like the equivalent of Rodeo Drive in Beverly Hills and Champs-Élysées in Paris. Yeah,
right.
Charbagh Abbasi. Historically, it's close to all the historical sites. Right. Walking distance.
It is, yeah.
And then right across is the metro that was they were making that metro station. So
Zayan Derud,
yeah.
Obviously.
Walking distance to Zayan Derud.
Great location.
I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm young. This is a cool experience. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So we renovated the hotel. Lived in Iran for 4 years. Changed a lot of things. Man, I remember the first year I got there, it was Persian New Year, March. And it was just a time when all the Iranians travel, right?
Busiest time of the year.
Busiest time of the year, for travelers, yeah. But most of our our guests at that time were people from the Arab countries, like Bahrain.
Really?
Yeah, Bahrain, Iraq, or a lot of Iraqis.
Yeah.
And half the guest percentage was Iranians from all walks of life. By the time I left in 2016, I would say during Eid, 50 to 60% of our guests were Europeans.
What?
Yeah. Either Italians, French, or Spanish. Because I had
How?
Because we didn't have any online presence. I started that. We started our website.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like TripAdvisor. Yes. Our ranking went up. We became top 3. Jeez. We were like number 17, and then we went to top 3. In TripAdvisor.
So you put Hotel Tourist on the map.
Hit the button, baby.
Let's go. Which one? Hotel Tourist.
Yeah. So,
or this one too. This is what we were going to do earlier.
Yeah.
But we did this now. So you did.
Yeah.
That's a big accomplishment, actually.
So already, but it reached a point where I'm like, I can't stay here. I just could not really relate, and I couldn't really connect with that culture that much. It was a great experience. I learned a lot. I met Iranians from all walks of life, from every corner of Iran. People coming to the hotel, so you meet a lot of new people. You learn about Iranian culture.
Yeah, of course.
People from different provinces, from Sistan, Baluchistan to Fars to to Azerbaijan to Khoraz. Char Mahal Bakhtiyar. From Lorestan.
I hope from people from all the places that he's listening to are getting happy right now.
Yeah, people were coming from everywhere, from Khorasan, and it was great meeting Iranians from these different areas and understanding like all these different beautiful cultural differences that Iranians have that not a lot of people know about here, right?
Of course.
You know, they say, "Are you Persian?" Yeah, you're from Tehran. That's it.
That's all you think of,
that's
really.
it.
Some of them don't even know that.
Yeah, but there's so much diversity, definitely a lot of diversity, and it was beautiful getting to know so many people in Iran.
Very nice.
So in 2016, I decided to apply for my master's in a business program.
Okay.
And then I moved out of Iran and went to Switzerland.
Okay, so that's where things get crazy.
Yeah.
I remember when you left us, Doi. Do you remember that? Do you remember when we saw you last?
Things have been crazy for me since I was 18. That's a longer podcast.
You've actually experienced a lot. I know that you definitely have, especially with all the places that you've been to. So, for the people that don't know, after 2016, you went to Switzerland, but that was just the first stop.
Yeah, first stop was Switzerland. We learned about finance, right? Because Switzerland is known about finance.
Of course.
They have a great program, hospitality program. But yeah, they basically focus on corporate finance, real estate finance. And then from there, we moved to Hong Kong. Okay. That was the second portion of the master's program.
Wow, from Switzerland to Hong Kong.
To Hong Kong, okay. Yeah. Nice. Hong Kong was amazing. It was that was a very unique experience. Was there for almost 6 months.
Okay.
And then from Hong Kong, Washington, D.C., stayed in Washington for 3 months, and then from Washington, D.C. to Houston, Texas, where we graduated. It's a tripartite program. So from there, that's when I went into the hospitality finance.
So you start off in Europe, you go to Asia, and then you come to North America.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like there was more to that? It was just those three?
Yeah,
those four?
I mean, I feel like Switzerland, they taught you about like the European market. Okay. The European hospitality market.
Like the excellency behind all of it. They really are amazing in the hospitality. I mean, you saw it with like the wine. I remember you told me that you tried wine too, right?
Yeah, we tried everything. But in terms of hospitality, I would say no. Really? In my humble opinion, I would say the Asian hospitality is far superior than the European hospitality.
Whole nother level.
Yeah. Right? Oh yeah. For sure.
They care for you. Why do you say that? Do you think because they care for you
Culture
more?
is different. They're more hospitable. Labor is cheaper, so they have more labor.
More incentive as well, I feel like.
What do you mean more incentive?
I mean, because, when you get paid in those nice hotels in Asia, I feel like it means a lot more than when you're getting paid in a European hotel. Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they're more appreciative, I feel like, especially when they are like taking care of you or something. Like they do it with a smile on their goddamn face. But when you go to Europe, it's like a hassle to them to want to take care of you.
It's just different cultures, different mindsets. But I mean, Japanese hospitality.
Excellent. The best.
Hong Kong was great. I mean, I don't know if you ever want to go to Thailand, but their hospitality is phenomenal. Their tourism industry is just on a different level. They can offer you everything.
Literally.
The beaches.
Yeah. Like whatever you want, they can offer you.
Yeah. No, that's exactly it. Yeah,
they can.
They can. Sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
Any shape, size, form that you want.
Hey, baby, this is getting rated R. It's a PG. It was PG-13. Now we're going to R.
I just mean hospitality-wise. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, man, they're hospitable. It's hospitality. They got to take care of you. They got to make sure you come back.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but they, gave us a glimpse of the Asian market, and then. So when we went to the U.S., right? When we came to the U.S., U.S. they taught us about strategy. It's all about strategy, marketing,
efficiency,
efficiency. Yeah, but strategy, like how to develop your business, how to gauge businesses on how to operate efficiently, and it's all about being optimal, and
Right, of course. Corporate look. I know how that is in America.
Europe was the same way. It was just a little bit of different flavor, but Asia was different. And it was good to get that holistic overview of the hospitality industry globally.
Yeah.
So then we came here, and then from there I applied to a company, and
the rest is history.
Yeah.
So, okay. Because I know that once you finished this program, and how long did this whole thing last? It lasted like a year or something.
Year and a half.
Right? A year and a half you were traveling.
Yeah.
And then finally, you apply for jobs, essentially.
And another thing about this program that was amazing was the exposure, not only to the different markets and different brands, but to your classmates. Everybody was coming from all over the world.
Oh, right. You were in a whole group.
Yeah.
Right.
And there was a bit of a learning curve because they would put you in separate groups, and everybody's coming from a different country. So talk about team building, right?
Oh, yeah. Problem solving,
team building, people that come from different communities, different parts of the world, different cultures, different mindsets. The way they analyze information is very different from you.
Of course.
So obviously there's a learning curve, like, how am I supposed to connect with this person? But then hospitality is all about that, right? Because you have to connect with everybody.
Exactly.
You have to
be able to.
At the end of the day, it's hospitality. You got to accommodate. It's hospitality. You have to accommodate your guests.
Of course.
The better service that you offer, while at the same time maintaining a good profit margin. That's how you succeed.
A lot goes into it.
Yeah.
A lot goes into it, though, because you have to know how to diffuse certain situations.
You got to be a problem solver.
Problem solver. Sometimes you don't even get to talk to guests or something. Because, like, for example, right now in your position, do you even talk to guests?
Not me. Nope.
Never. Right?
No.
You're just in the back.
I mean, when you work in a hotel, hotels are. It's like an organism. It's like a whole ecosystem. You have so many different parts, so many different departments. Everybody is doing different things, but it all comes together as like one organism.
Yeah.
And every single piece of it relies
on the other
for it to succeed.
Everyone's contributing.
Yeah.
Everyone's contributing in their own way.
Yeah. If one piece of that
falls out,
one piece of that machine, that cog falls out, it's going to have this ripple effect, and it's going to impact everything negatively. It's going to have an adverse effect on everything. And it does. Operationally, it really does.
I mean, yeah, you've witnessed that firsthand.
I witnessed that on the operational level, and now that I'm on the corporate level, I can see it because now you have like a high level overview. Yeah.
So what's like one? I mean, if you can, like, because I don't want you to like disclose too much that you can't. But what's one thing that could go wrong for you that you're like, oh shit, I got to deal with this right now?
In my field?
In your field specifically. The finance part or whatever. They tell you revenue, the people in the revenue management world, they tell you that we're expecting in the month of January this many customers, this much revenue.
So then based on that revenue and that many customers, we say, okay, well, this is how much labor you need.
Oh.
Right?
How much labor you need to hire.
How much you need to put on the schedule.
Oh, right. How much to equip.
Yeah. So they, and hire, exactly, right? So we're going to have a big month or a big quarter or a big year, you know?
Yeah.
So we got to hire in anticipation of that, forecast.
Right.
And that forecast doesn't materialize.
Yeah.
And you're like, crap, I have all this labor.
Shit.
And then a lot of them are already scheduled in advance.
Right.
And then there's all these rules and bylaws by state on like, you need to let the team member or the employee know, give them advance notice before you take them off the schedule. Yeah, a lot of these hotels are unions, and there's so many additional regulations involved, and there could be lawsuits, and it is a nightmare. And at the end of the day, who suffers? We suffer as a brand, and then the ownership suffers too, right? So
of course. Wow. I mean, yeah, because sometimes you can overestimate it or underestimate it.
A lot of it is overestimated.
I see. Have you ever had to have that conversation with someone?
Oh yeah, because then,
like that, like, hey, it's time conversation.
Because the owners, it's important for them to know what their bottom line is every month, because they're institutions, right? I mean, that's the way the economy works. Like, okay, this is how much the cash flow is. Based on this cash flow, they do other things. So it's really important that you try to get that forecast as close as possible.
It's a numbers game. Yeah, at the end of it, it's a numbers game. What makes sense to them makes sense, and what doesn't, goodbye.
Exactly. Yeah.
Shit, sounds brutal. Damn. But
welcome to capitalism.
Yeah, that's welcome to capitalism, Voran.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. I wanted to transition this a little bit, going from your hotel and your experience to more of our family. And us growing up.
We're going to...
no, not... Nothing too crazy, I guarantee you that. But, you have 4 nieces and nephews right now, total.
Yeah.
You have 1 niece and 3 nephews. My question is very simple, and I expect a simple answer as well, honestly. It's not a very big question. It's a simple one. Who's your favorite niece/nephew? Just go ahead and tell the world. I won't even look. You just let them know.
Favorite? Well, you should cover your ear too. So
I'll cover.
No, favorite niece/nephew.
Because you're always...
you know what?
What?
And I'm going to be honest with you.
Please.
I love you all.
Oh my God.
In very different ways.
That's a load of shit. Come on, man.
Load of shit? What do you mean?
Dude, that's like what you tell your kids when they ask you, which one do you love us the most? Which one do you love the most?
Are you asking me if I like my right hand more than my left hand?
That's not a fair comparison.
Yeah, of course it is. I love all you guys, but I just love you in different ways. I have different connections with you.
Shit.
I laugh with you. I have a completely different relationship with Castro. I have a different relationship with Arsham and Shailene.
It's okay. They will understand.
Okay.
Just say it.
Cheyenne, it's never been you.
Okay. Guys, thank you. That was episode 2 of Sherapy. Appreciate my uncle for being on this episode.
Cheyenne would need therapy after this one.
Yeah. You know what? Let's make this Sherapy with Shahrooz.
I'm actually going to tell your audience something about you.
Please.
When you were a toddler, I'm going to say.
Jesus Christ.
So once I came to your house and you were a toddler, I think you were like 3 at the time, 4.
Okay.
And you were in the corner, all the way in the corner of the house, right? And I just sat on the couch. I just went like this, and I put my legs up.
Okay.
And then you're like, and you just started crying. And I'm like, what? So I didn't know it was me. I'm like, maybe something happened. So I look behind me. I'm like, no, there's nothing behind me. So I'm like, let me do this again. So I lifted my legs again. And you're like, and like really crying hysterically. Like you were crying.
Why?
And then I just kept doing it. It was funny.
Oh, that's the whole
But you weren't traumatized or anything, right? Do you remember that?
That I don't remember.
Good. Never mind.
I am going to talk about some of the traumatic events that I went through with you. One specific one, which we both know.
Are you talking about the bunk bed?
Fuck yeah. Now that you want to bring that up, let me go ahead and open my book of memories here for a second in my brain.
Talk about the bunk bed.
There was one time, so my uncle, for a lot of people that don't know, which is pretty much everyone watching this podcast, is...
Nobody knows me, yeah. Nobody. Insignificant.
No one. I mean, just like the world.
The world, yeah.
My uncle...
How many subscribers do you have?
Oh, well, I can't get anything right.
The world.
My uncle is a prankster. Okay.
I used to be more of a prankster.
He used to be, but now he's more of a jokester. But back in the day, my uncle did so many things. That was actually going to be one of my questions. You know what? I swear to God, it was my next question. Why did you terrorize me, my brother, and my mom for so long?
I just terrorized you. I never terrorized your brother or your mom.
You did, and I'll tell you when. I'll give you examples. So you know what? As a matter of fact, I'm going to start with Castro's, and then I'm going to go to... I'm going to save mine for the last one. But do you remember when we went bike riding in your apartment complex?
I do remember.
So we go bike riding.
Damn it! I can't believe you still remember that,
dude. And that wasn't even to me. That was to Castro.
Well, I pushed Castro to go a little bit faster.
No,
but he fell off the bike. Yeah, are you talking about that?
I wasn't even going to talk about. I didn't even realize you did that.
Yeah, we were bike riding.
Yeah,
and he was in front of me, so I tried to push him so he goes a little bit faster.
Right.
And I think he lost his balance and fell. And then when he fell,
he cracked his head.
No, he didn't crack his head.
He cracked his chin.
But I know that you cracked his face once. If you want to get into it,
let's not.
You terrorized your brother's jaw.
He terrorized mine too. Okay, wait. No, but I was actually talking about the time when we were all three bike riding. I had a bike, you had a bike, but Castro had the scooter.
Did I push the scooter?
No. Forget the pushing. You didn't.
So what are you talking about?
You didn't push him here. No, what happened was...
Get to the point.
We were biking, and then he was left behind, and he was screaming our names, and I had a headphone in my ear, but you didn't have a headphone in your ear. And he was screaming for us to slow down because you're significantly faster on a bike than you are on a scooter, obviously, right? And he was just like... I remember him, because I turned around 1 second, while I was listening to music, I took off my headphone and I saw that Castor wasn't with us anymore. And I look and he's behind us and he's kicking the floor, trying to reach us, trying to get to us because he couldn't reach us. But you could, I feel like maybe I'm incorrect, but correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like you could hear him. Did you not hear his? And then eventually we stopped. I was like, Dewey, stop. He's all the way back over there. And then he eventually gets to us and he's crying hysterically. He's like, why didn't you guys wait for me? Why are you guys leaving me and stuff? Did you or did you not have headphones on when we were there in that moment?
Those were great times. I remember that. That was fun.
And that was when you guys went.
That was in August of 2008.
How the fuck do you remember that?
How the fuck do you remember that? Every detail of it.
It was traumatic, not even for me, but for Castro. And
we got to talk to Castro. We got to bring Castro here and talk to him about
We do have to add him to this as well.
I remember me thinking in my little... Yeah, I was thinking in my ignorant mind that, you know what? No. Yeah, I was thinking that if I go a little bit out, I was going to make him more in a stupid, dumb, ignorant way. He would be a little bit more stronger in the sense, trying to make him man up a little bit.
Oh, I see.
Like that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Obviously, it didn't work.
Yeah, no, he was scared shit.
Now there's PTSD involved, medication involved. Yeah. Xanax involved. Why? Because he was
'Cause you
pedaling
left
and he
him.
was 5 feet away from me.
No, he was 500 feet away. Kid.
In Irvine.
He was a full.
Not
He's
in the
safest.
war-torn like Syria or anything. It was in Irvine.
No, not in
Yeah.
Baghdad,
No,
but it was
no.
right here.
Yeah.
In Irvine. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like Irvine, Kabul,
Now,
Baghdad.
now I want to talk about what you did to me. Okay.
Yeah, let's talk about you more. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
you're
yeah.
here. So let's talk about you.
Doi, you. This is not just terrorizing. If there's a word further than terrorizing, I want to know what that word is. You traumatized me.
Which one? What was the
We were
incident?
I was in my room brushing my teeth. Do you hear this? Do you hear this laugh? This man. To this day, this shit is funny. So yeah, I'm in my bathroom and I'm like maybe like 7 years old at the time or some shits, maybe 6 or whatever. And brush my teeth. I come out. My room is dark. Obviously, my uncle was staying over for the weekend or whatever the fuck. And I was supposed to sleep. So me and my brother had a bunk bed in our bedroom. I was always on the bottom and Casser was always on the top. You remember this. And then for that night, you were supposed to sleep on the bottom and then I was supposed to go on the top and then Casser was going to go sleep on the mattress, the doshak on the floor or something. So I come out into the bedroom and it's dark in my bedroom because, I just brushed my teeth and there was no one in there. I check my bottom bunk. I see that you're not there yet. So I climb up to the top bunk using the ladder. And as soon as I peek my head over, my uncle is there underneath the blanket. And he's like, boo! And me, right then and there.
Stop. Let me say it my way. Like from my perspective. I think
Please.
mine is going to be a little bit more
Please share it.
colorful. Okay.
Please, go ahead.
So yes, Castro was on the bottom bunk.
Yeah.
And then I came in the room. He was about to go to sleep. And I saw that you were in the restroom washing up to come to bed.
Mm-hmm.
But the door was a little bit open. Right?
Right.
But I could hear your voice. You were talking to yourself. You okay, I'm going to brush my teeth. And I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to go in my bunk bed. And I'm going to go read my book. My Goosebumps.
Yeah.
I was like,
Goosebumps.
yeah,
Shout out Goosebumps. Yeah.
You used to read Goosebumps, right?
Hell yeah. I can't believe you remember that. Okay.
Well, you were talking about it.
Oh, okay.
So then I'm like, all right, this kid I'm going to scare him. So I'm like, Castro, I'm going to go up there.
Sick,
So
man.
Castro was like, yes. And then
Oh, so he was there?
yes, Castro was there. He was waiting for you to come out and come upstairs, come up the bunk bed,
Oh my God.
climb the ladder. So I went on the blanket, and then you're like, okay, I'm going to go up, and you would talk as you. So then you're like coming up the ladder slowly, and then I came and said, boo, and then you're like, I hate you. You start crying.
I did say I hate you.
Yeah.
No, I don't think you realize how much I hated you in that moment.
damaged you? Yeah, that damaged you.
Dude,
didn't
I
it?
never wanted to see you again after that. Like, seriously. I was like, how could he do this to
Because
me?
you really wanted to read that Goosebump book, and I think but I gave you the Goosebumps,
Yeah,
didn't I?
you-
You see, there you go. I'm like, you want the Goosebumps? Yeah.
You're a sick man. You're a sick man for
Thank you
doing
very
that to a
much.
7-year-old kid. That's sick, actually.
To a clap to the
Yeah,
drum,
shout out
drum set.
to all the fun uncles out there that scare their nephews. Shout out to you guys. This one's for you.
Those are just love taps, by the way. Love taps.
Yeah, I guess it built me later on in my life.
That's why I did that to Castro. So it builds him up too.
Dude, the jump scares that you would do are ridiculous, honestly. You did one too many. And I remember going into my mom's room and telling my mom about it and like crying to her about it, about like how crazy this man. I was like, I really didn't. To this day, Dewey, to this day, I will never forgive you for that.
Baby. Big baby.
All right.
I'm sorry. I'm Cheyenne.
Dude.
On behalf of, what am I saying? On behalf. For the record, in front of your entire audience, I apologize for damaging you. Cheers.
I'm going to damage you too later. Don't worry about it.
Oh, yeah.
Cheers.
We're going to go to the gym tomorrow, right?
Oh, yeah. We're going to the gym tomorrow. I'm going to kill
We're going to do
this
some squats.
leg day tomorrow. We're going to do leg day. Don't forget. Legs specifically. Nothing else. I'm going to kill you in that gym. All right. So we got to.
Do you like
most of them.
squats? You like doing squats?
Of course.
Do you like back squats, front squats?
Back. You told me that front is better for you, or at least more difficult, and it activates like your quads more.
Yeah.
You said that, but
For me, I don't know about other people, but for me, I feel like my quads get more.
we should try front squats tomorrow then too. Actually, we'll do both of them. We'll do both. I wasn't actually gonna do squats tomorrow. I was gonna do hack squat instead.
Oh, let's do hack squats.
You down for that?
Yeah, of course.
What about Bulgarian split squat? You down? Do you know what that is?
Bulgarian split squat. Is that the one that you put one leg up?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. That I do that every leg day, no matter what, regardless, because nothing else activates my legs.
Do you do deadlifts as well?
I used to do deadlifts, but now, I mean, I do it sometimes, but I don't do deadlifts like all the way down to the ground. I make sure the bar is slightly elevated. It's called rack pulls. It's like when you just put the bar on the rack and do it from there. Because I heard if you go all the way down, it's
not good for you.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I'm gonna kill you tomorrow.
Who's that really amazing bodybuilder that his quads were just beyond this world?
Tom Splats.
Tom, yeah.
Splats. I'm pretty sure.
Platz. Tom Platz.
Tom Splats. Tom Platz. Yes.
Yeah, Tom Platz.
Yes, that guy had the best. You know what? We should do a Platz leg day tomorrow.
Oh my god.
We should just
That
see
guy
what
was
it is.
insane.
Let's Google like Platz leg workout and see if we can
It's failure. We have to we just got to go to
do
failure.
everything till failure,
Yeah,
pretty much,
yeah.
right? Yeah. Okay. Why not? We'll do some things till. I mean, we have to do till failure anyway. Some things tomorrow.
Yeah.
We have to push.
Some things, yeah.
Some things. Maybe not squat till failure and die.
Two more.
When you're like gassed, and then you do two more. It's like
one more. And then you fall, you die, you collapse, and you're like, hey, thank God.
Yeah.
You have achieved failure.
You have achieved true failure.
True failure, yeah.
We're going to achieve true failure tomorrow. Uncle, tell me about... okay, I just want you to know... Okay, growing up, what I thought of you was fun uncle. Always. The guy that... you had your own apartment.
The guy who traumatized you was also fun uncle?
Yes, dude, you put us onto Halo. Okay? You put us... I don't think you realize...
Oh, I remember.
You put us onto gun games in general. Like...
Good influence.
Very good influence. I played Xbox with my uncle first on the Xbox One, if you remember. And I was just a kid at that time, but you were, grown. So you're 40, I'm 22. My uncle is 18 years older than me. But he would hang out with me and my brother like we were all just like together. Like it didn't even matter like that he was 18 years older than me. We still like had so much fun. We would play hide and seek together. We would play video games together. We would play board games together. Everything we would do together. Especially when you would come over, like me and my brother looked forward to you coming over to our house every weekend or every month that you did come. Because we honestly had so much fun with you. Like, you were the only one that really got us in the family.
I'm glad that I'm hearing this. I thought I was just traumatizing you, but I'm glad we had some fun with me too.
Dude. Besides the trauma that you put onto us,
the terror.
Besides the trauma that you put onto us, you also, Barakhara, at the end of the day, you made us feel safe. You made us have a good time. You made us have a lot of fun. I want to ask you about your... What? Go ahead. What?
So during Christmas with Arsham, his cousin, my other nephew,
right,
who's much younger.
He's like 15 now.
He's 15. We went to a amusement park similar to Six Flags, and I was running with him to like different rides, and it was really difficult for me. Like on some of these rides, like I can't handle it anymore. Yeah, man, I couldn't do it anymore. I'm like, this is where you're getting old.
Yeah, of course.
But I kept running with him, and me and him were just like running to these different rides because it was nighttime. There was not a lot of people at the amusement park, and it was fun.
Even to this day, you're still being the fun uncle.
Yeah. Why not? I mean, I didn't have a fun uncle.
You didn't?
No, I didn't have a fun uncle. That's why it was always important for me to be a fun uncle for you guys, to be a part of your lives, because I never had one.
Holy shit.
So you talked about advantages, disadvantages, the earlier question about,
Oh.
you know, difference in age gap between me and my siblings.
You're right.
So my brother had a much closer relationship with my uncles.
Than you did.
Yeah, I had zero relationship with them.
Because he was much older.
Yeah. He was very much closer with our Dai that passed away. And even our oldest Amu, who also passed away. He was very close with them. I guess that's a disadvantage. Now
Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's important for me
to give
always,
that to us.
to give that to, so I could at least, you know, I didn't have that, but I can give it because it's important for me to have that relationship with my nephews and niece.
Thank you.
No.
You gave us a great experience. It was honestly a fantastic
So
experience.
obviously on this path you make some mistakes, like saying boo.
Mistake. Oh my dude, I could write a list, but I'm struggling to remember all the things.
Thank God. Okay. There's so many more. I don't want to.
No, dude, there are. Like, even with my mom too, you scared the shit out of my mom a couple times too. Let's not get into all of that, honestly, because when you scare my mom, like, you know, she'll have like a heart attack or something. What I wanted to ask you, Uncle, was that, you know, you always, in my eyes, in Kasra's eyes, were the fun uncle. And now, come to present day. Actually, you know what? Before we do that, before I ask you this major question, I want to ask you, because you moved from here, California, to the East Coast, which was a big move, obviously, and now you want us to come and visit you in the East Coast.
I would love for you guys to visit me in the East Coast.
Of course, and we will come, because it's now I have a lot of people there as well. It's not just you. I have people that live in that area, and I realize, like, if I go there, I will be taken care of. Like, I have some very good friends and family there, obviously you and Rachel. And now, a new cousin.
Yeah.
I want to ask you, what's it like? The transition from fun uncle, bachelor uncle, to now the father.
The father uncle?
The father uncle. You're no longer just a dai, you are a father now, and you have a kid, and you brought a cousin into this world for me. What's that transition like?
Yeah, I'm a daddy now. And
You're a baby daddy.
Yeah, it's so we moved to Virginia. Both my wife and I back in January of 2020, before the world turned upside down.
Right.
And just recently had a baby girl. To be blessed to have a baby girl.
Mashallah. Knock on wood.
And
Fantastic.
I'm going to be honest with you. It was very challenging the first month for me, and I'm sure for her as well. Because you're learning, you know?
Yeah.
You know, some people say, like, the moment your child is born, you feel like, oh my God, like, this is it, love at first sight. I didn't feel that. I'll be honest with you.
Dude, judging by how you used to scare me when I was a kid.
I did not feel that. I just felt responsible.
Oh.
I just felt like, oh, now I'm responsible for this new creation, right?
Wow.
For this new baby.
Right.
But as she started to, now she's 3 months old. She just turned 3 months
Yesterday.
day before yesterday.
Oh, day before yesterday. Right.
Now as I guess for guys it's a little different. Now I see, like, she smiles at me, I make her laugh. So that connection, right? It creates that bond.
Yeah.
I think I spoke to my friends who also have, you know, babies.
Yeah.
And they felt the same way too. The ones that are, you know, we're very close and transparent with each other and we tell each other our feelings. I thought it was just me. Like, I stood out. Like, I didn't, like, I'm like, how come, like, you hear in the movies and you hear all these stories, like, oh my God, the moment I saw my baby, I fell in love.
Love
it was
at
just,
first sight.
yeah. Oh my God, I'm like the blessed, the luckiest guy. I'm like, guys, I didn't feel that.
Yeah. This, like, little alien popped out.
Exactly. Yeah. Actually, her picture. I have a picture of her when, in her mom's belly, she really looked like an alien. Have you ever watched Independence Day? That alien in Independence Day? I swear she looked like that in that picture. I hope she doesn't get upset when she gets older. She hears this.
Oh my! I can't believe she's gonna hear this one day.
I'll show her the picture. Trust me, if you see that picture, you'll be like, "Oh my god, she looks like an alien."
Yeah, Lena, you will agree probably. Yeah.
So, yeah, but then as she gets older, and now there's some sort of a interaction with each other. Yeah, that's when it's building. I can totally feel it.
That's so good. Dude, I know you're gonna have like talks with your daughter. I know you're gonna be like the one that like. I feel like she's gonna be like a daddy's girl
for sure.
I feel like she will be.
She will be. But her mom too. She's a fantastic mom.
Of course, no, Rachel.
She's gonna be a great mom in terms of like a great friend.
Right. By the way, my uncle's wife, her name is not Rachel. I just call her that. Like, don't think like my uncle married a Persian lady named Behnaz, but we call her Rachel because she reminds us of Rachel from the show Friends. But that's a whole different story. So I just wanted to give the context to people. Rachel is absolutely fantastic. You found yourself a good one, and now you have a baby with her.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm gonna do to this baby though?
Are you gonna do what I did to you? Gonna make her boo?
I absolutely.
Listen, I knew you were not. I knew you were not vindictive. I knew you were not vindictive.
What does vindictive mean?
Means you. Look it up.
You don't know what it means. Say it. Say you don't know what it fucking means.
Someone who is so forgiving.
Oh no, vindictive means that.
Okay. It means the opposite of that.
So someone that is forgiving?
Vengeful, yeah. Someone who has a chip on their shoulder, who wants to get back at you.
Oh, 100% me. Petty? I'm petty. I mean, listen, just know. I mean, I feel like you're gonna do it yourself to her. I feel like
I've been already doing it myself. Yeah. What are you talking about? If she only could speak right now, she would tell you what I've been doing.
Oh my god, man, Mia and why she cries and everything.
That and she wants milk. Yeah.
Of course. Wow. Dude, is that wine that you're drinking on, by the way, or grape juice?
Grape juice. Nice. Fermented.
For legal purposes, it's grape juice only.
No, it's wine. Do you drink wine?
You're a father now. That's kind of crazy. Sometimes, I mean, if you were to tell me that, Sean, you can only have one alcohol to drink for the rest of your life,
yeah,
I would say red wine. 100%.
And what kind of red wine do you like?
I don't give a shit. I mean, I can't really tell between them. Any red wine.
You just prefer red versus white. You don't like the white.
Oh, 100%.
You don't like Chardonnay.
Red wine with like some cheese, bread, and some olives. Dude, like crackers, like just simple charcuterie type shit, you know?
I'm sure your mom has all that. We should do that after your show.
Bet. I'm getting kind of hungry, actually. Should we wrap this shit up?
Sure.
Let's wrap this up. Wait, how long do you think we've been going?
I don't know.
If I tell you, you won't believe me.
Could I guess?
Go ahead.
An hour?
An hour and 15. It's time, huh?
Close. Yeah, close.
Holy
Very
shit.
close.
Uncle.
Oh my God, I'm so lucky.
What the fuck? We just broke my mom's record?
Time passes when everything is so fun.
Oh. You're gonna make me cry with that, you piece of shit. Uncle, I love you.
Nephew,
thank you for being here. Thank you for being on the pod.
Nephew, thank you for having me. And I'm sure you're gonna have so many different episodes, hundreds of episodes.
Hopefully.
And this one is gonna be lost.
What?
In those episodes. And then one day, one guy is gonna, look at this specific episode.
Yeah.
And then just delete it.
It's going to be you, actually. Yeah. You're going to be the guy that wants to delete it. But I'm not going to let you delete it. Listen, by the way, I'm not going to cut any of this. I hope you realize. Like,
no, you're unfiltered.
Good, right?
Unfiltered. Of course.
My mom wanted me to cut some things in that episode. And I'm like, Mom, everything is perfect. You were fantastic, Mother. And so were you, Uncle. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I love you.
Love you too, brother.
Cheers. Thank you so much. All right.
God bless.
Episode 2 is in the books, ladies and gentlemen. Wait, let me make sure this is good. And now we end it with a bang. Good night, everyone. Thank you. Thank you so much.